Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Dr. Piyush.
So, yeah. So, good evening, all the doctors. Welcome to the session today. I am Dr. Piyush Juneja, founder IndianVedyas.com, and we welcome all the doctors for joining us. We have around 200 doctors right now. We thank Dabur Pharma. Dr. Durga Prasad is there with us, one of the legend in pharmaceutical Ayurveda and marketing. And we also thank Dr. Preeti Chabda for joining us today as a speaker of this session. Dr. Preeti Chabda is having around more than 28 years of experience now. She has been graduated from Delhi and post-graduated from Gujarat, MD. She is currently senior consultant Ayurveda in Gangaram Hospital, and also she is taking care of a very beautiful Panchkarma center, Shri Krishna Ayurveda Academy and Panchkarma Center in Janakpuri, New Delhi. She is also pattern Nasya, a specialist in Rakmokshan, Jaloka, Agnikarm, and several other Panchkarma procedures. So without wasting much time, I quickly hand over to Dr. Durga Prasad for a brief introduction about the session, and then we will listen to Dr. Preeti Chabda for the session today. Dr. Durga Prasad, please.
Yeah, good evening, all the doctors. Welcome you all again for one more very informative webinar which we are planning on Swarnaprashan. As you all know, Swarnaprashan is one of the very important sanskaras we have in the early childhood for various health benefits of Swarnaprashan. So once again, I welcome Dr. Preeti Chabda, having 28 years of glorious experience in the field of Ayurveda. I request Dr. Preeti Chabda to continue her presentation on Swarnaprashan and guide us, and most of us to adapt the Swarnaprashan for the early childhood and do a very good implementation. Because if you see, these days, to improve immunity, Swarnaprashan is again one more very important activity. Swarnaprashan, apart from giving the physical and mental benefits, it also adds immunity for the children. So it will be very innovative way or active way which Ayurveda can provide benefit to most of the individuals by giving Swarnaprashan. Though I am not a practicing Swarnaprashan, so we requested Dr. Preeti Chabda, who is having a very good experience of doing Swarnaprashan. She will explain us how to make the Swarnaprashan, how to administer it, how to prepare it. So over to Dr. Preeti Chabda. Thank you.
Thank you. Namaskaram to all of you, and greetings of the day. Greetings from Indian Vedyas and greetings from Dabur. Myself, Dr. Preeti Chabda. I hope the screen is visible to you. The PPT is displayed. Dr. Piyush?
Little louder, madam. Little louder.
Yes, ma'am. It is fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you hear
Little
me?
louder, yeah.
Okay. Fine. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Piyush Juneja and Dr. Durga Prasad ji for giving me this platform, this opportunity to express my views about Swarnaprashan. And it becomes all the more relevant in these COVID times, wherein we all are struggling, fighting, and striving to get the best of the immune status, especially for our parents, for the older age group, and for children. So it's becoming more and more relevant in these times. So we'll have a talk about Swarnaprashan, and then we'll have an interactive session. I would want it should not be a monologue. I should not be speaking. I will just express whatever little I know. And before starting my presentation, let's all together invoke the blessings of Lord Dhanvantari to shower Arogya on the universe, because in these times we pray and we wish and we hope that these tough times end soon and we are back to our normalcy, we stay healthy, we stay blessed. So we all know what is Ayurveda and the two main objectives of Ayurveda. Swasthasya Swastharakshan being the prime. I am focusing on that only, which focuses on prevention of the diseases and promotion of health. That is Swasthasya Swastharakshan. That's how I proceed. and the emphasis on promotive and preventive health to be able to perform optimum physical and mental functions. And this concept is unique of Ayurveda, and it is based on the Rasayana therapy, which aids in maintaining the health status of rasa, the primary level of nutrients, and the rasayani, the transporting channels. In context of in children, Swarnaprashan may be considered as the rasayana therapy, targeting at augmenting the overall health. So I consider Swarnaprashan as a unique concept of Ayurveda, and it can be categorized as a Vata Tapik Rasayan for children, aiming at optimum Dhatu Santarpan. In this methodology of drug administration to children, gold is mixed with herbs and is administered to children in liquid, semi-solid or paste form, which can be licked conveniently as lehan. Lehan has been described as a supplementary therapy. We all know gold has been used since ages by the Indians in various forms, be it gold foils, we call it work, then raw gold, red colloidal solution, gold utensils, gold, that means Swarna Patra, pure metal, Swarna Parpati, Sindur Kalpana, Bhasm in various doses. All these modalities stand tall to the test of times. We have been using this day in and day out, and there is always reference as in our culture. Swarnasiddh Jal, Swarnasiddh Grit, Swarnasiddh Dugdh has been used in our, in our culinary practices to improve the immunity of the children per se. Gold is not new to the Indian culture, where it is used also externally in abundance to adorn as jewelry also. We all know skin is the largest organ of the body, and it is capable of absorption, assimilation, metabolization. All the functions are performed by the skin, and gold ions are also absorbed from the skin. So it is all very relevant to wear jewelry also, and we see it's been practiced in all the cultures across all the states, almost all the states of India. Now, what is this Swarna Prashan? We need to understand this. It is, if we do Sandhi Vichhed of Swarna Prashan word, Swarna means gold and Prashan means to lick. In Kashyap Samhita, we see Swarna Prashan has been described as a unique concept targeting at raising the non-specific immunity. I repeat, the non-specific immunity of children, ensuring optimum growth and development.
Dr. Preeti, if you can hold the mic a little closer to you.
Okay, is it okay now?
That's true. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
No,
fine.
yes.
So, we find reference of Swarna Prashan in the Lehan Adhyay of Kashyap Samhita. It has been also included in the Jatakaram Sanskar, the newborn care, in the classics of Ayurveda. Also, it has been recommended as a pre-lacteal even before starting the mother's milk. For the first 3 to 4 days, it has been mentioned that Swarna Prashan can be given 2 to 3 times a day to the newborn. So this harps upon the importance, how important is Swarna Prashan. As Dr. Durga Prasad ji rightly said, we have Shodash Sanskar and as per the Vedas, and in the Jatkarm Sanskar, the fourth Sanskar, the Sanskaras or the rites start even before birth. Garbhadhan Sanskar, Punsavana Sanskar, these are the Sanskaras which are performed even before the birth of the child. And the first Sanskar which we do, Simanto Navan and the Jatkarm Sanskar, Swarna Prashan is included in the Jatkarm Sanskar. It is an elixir for a blissful life. We can see small little children being administered the Prashan Sanskar. Why do we need Swarna Prashan? What is the need of Swarna Prashan? We need Swarna Prashan to build a healthy nation by making the foundation strong, to lessen the disease burden on the healthcare system. This is very, very important, because we know the children, the adults who have good immunity are stay healthy. They have less, they suffer less because of the disease process, and they reduce the burden on the healthcare system of the country. To augment the physical health and boost up the usage of the brain capacity, to combat ill effects of pollution, adulteration, stress, and burdens of altered lifestyle. This is also again very relevant to the present times, ultimately preventing children to fall easy prey to the diseases. We observe, and there's a statistics that 30% of children miss their school for 5 days due to illnesses. We should be avoiding this, and we all aim at wellness with this Swarna Prashan to keep away illness. This is a wellness science which we are propagating. In this ever demanding and competitive world, all parents desire to push the capacities and capabilities of their children to the maximum. Each parent wants that their child to be an Einstein or a muscle man. There is a mad rush to reach at the top, and parents always expect their children to be smarter than the others. There is a perpetual hunt for health promotive and intelligence enhancing supplements of the children. I think those doctors who are running their OPDs, parents do come to us, they visit us, and there's a very common complaint. Children don't study, they study at home, but they don't get marks when they perform, and parents are more anxious than children these days. So this mad rush has to come to an end. This Swarna Prashan is also an intelligence booster. We'll see in the coming slides how does it do it. Although there is no direct mention of immunization in Ayurveda, but the concept of making the Deha, that is the Desh, strong has been stressed upon. Improving the Dehbal has been given importance rather than mere control of the disease. So the Desh has to be stronger, the Dehe has to be stronger. Now, it's also important to understand what is the difference between Swarnaprashan and vaccination. Often, most of the doctors, they correlate Swarnaprashan to Ayurvedic immunization or Ayurvedic vaccination. They put the words on their boards or on their pamphlets, which is wrong. Swarnaprashan is not a vaccination. It just builds up your non-specific immunity. Like in case of vaccination, we have different vaccines for different diseases in particular. Like we have chickenpox vaccination, we have typhoid vaccination, we have BCG vaccination. Each vaccination is targeted to immunize the child for one particular disease. But it is not the case with Swarnaprashan. Swarnaprashan gives you the non-specific immunity, and despite giving inoculations, despite giving typhoid injections, despite giving chickenpox injections, we see that the children do suffer from the same diseases time and again. Like I have seen per se, there was a family with the 3 children, and 2 of them were given typhoid vaccine, and the booster dose was also given from time to time. Despite that, the family had history of typhoid among the children. So this may or may not work, but long term Swarnaprashan we have observed in last so many years that it does work and it improves the overall immunity status of the child. Now there's one single shlok in Kashyap Samhita, but each word of this shloka has a very deep meaning, and each word is a is an we can say substrate for research. The shlok goes as such: Swarna Prashan hi etat Vedha Agni Balvardhanam Ayushyam Mangalam Punyam Vrishyam Varnyam Grahapaham Masat Param Medhavi Vyadi Bina Chadrishyate Shadvi Mase Shruddhara Swarna Prashanad Bhavet. Very beautiful shloka, and we'll be deciphering meaning out of this shloka. This is the only shloka in Ayurveda which gives the time duration of the medicine to be administered. Like here we see Masat, then Shadvi Masai. This is the only reference in Ayurveda where the drug or the medicine time period has been mentioned. Now I'll be taking word by word. It is Mangalkar, that means it's auspicious, Punya, pious. Ayu Vardhanam or Ayushya, it improves the longevity. Vrishya, it ensures optimum nourishment to the dhatus, and it is highly nutritive. Graha Bhada Nashak, that means it has preventing and prophylactic action against the external invasions, be it bacterial, viral or fungal infection. Vyadi Vinacha Drishyate, that means it prevention of diseases through health promotion. Then Balvardhan, it improves the physical strength and stamina and promotes weight gain and stability in children. Mandagani Balvardhanam, it improves the digestive fire and hence improves appetite, which also most of the patients parents complain. Then Medhavardhan, it augments the intellect and concentration in children. Shad Masat Shuddhara, the child develops ultimate memorizing ability just on hearing. Shad Mas Shuddhar means if the child is administered Swarna Prashan for 6 months in continuation, the intellect develops such that if the child hears or learns one thing, he or she is able to memorize or recall it even after years together. Shruddhar means whatever is heard, जो कुछ भी श्रवण किया जाता है वो धारण हो जाता है. And it is a wonderful rasayan, rejuvenative effect it shows, boosts and modulates general immunity and helps to maintain homeostasis of the body. Now, it also boosts intelligence. We know there are three components of buddhi, that is Dhi, Dhriti and Smriti, Grahan Shakti, Dharan Shakti and Smaran Shakti. Swarnaprashan works on all the three parameters. It is a boon for children with autism, learning difficulties, ADHD and delayed milestones, etc. It helps to scavenge the free radicals. It lowers suffering during the teething phase. It tones up the skin and imparts fairer complexion. It prevents seasonal allergies as well. Now, what is the age group of Swarnaprashan? Ashtang Hriday has recommended the Swarnaprashan thrice on first day of birth itself, as I told you, as a prelectial. It bestows maximum benefits during the early phase of life, that is 0 to 6 months. The earlier it is initiated in children, the better advantages we offer to the child. The regime should be done for a minimum period of 6 months to 1 year. Practically, Swarnaprashan regime can be started as early as the birth of the child up to 16 years of age, and it gives optimum benefits up to this age. Now, what are the components of Swarnaprashan? There are only three components. Swarna, that is gold. We usually use the purified form or the bhasm form. Swarna has been used in varied forms for Swarnaprashan. There is reference of Swarna Vacha also, in which the root of Vacha, Ecorus calamus, you put a gold wire in the root, and then it is rubbed on a stone for 5 to 6 times, either with honey or water or milk, and that paste which comes out of that elemental gold is administered to the child. Either you can add milk or honey or with water. So, but this is not a standardized form, and pure metallic gold can cause some harm. There are studies yet to be conducted on this. So, for all practical purposes, gold bhasm is used. And the second component is madhu, and the third component is grit or ghee, which is processed with medhya aushadhis. Now, the question comes, why we use ghee? Why don't we use other forms of Sneh Kalpana? We could have used grit, tel, vasa, majja, any component. So I personally feel ki grit, tel, vasa and majja, these are uttarottar guru. And when we talk about grit, it invariably means cow grit. So this cow grit is easier to digest, lighter to digest for children, and it has its own benefits. Secondly, there are the three snehas: grit, vasa, and majja. These are animal fats, and only tail is the from the sour uni. All three are from the Jangam uni, the Pranij components, and we are also Pranish. The human is also Pranish. So grit and is also of Pranish origin, and we are also Pranish origin. So they are more compatible and more easily assimilable. So grit might have been chosen instead of tail and tail, vasa, and majja. Now we will study the properties, individual properties of the components of Swarnaprashan. First of all, Swarna, that is gold. It has antibacterial, antiviral properties. It activates the nervous function and boosts intelligence by improving the conductivity of the nervous system. Gold also has powerful role to play in strengthening the immune system. This noble metal enhances energy and reduces the mental and emotional stress. It ensures nourishment of the dhatus. This gold also has moisturizing and anoxidative effect on the body. It does rejuvenation, detoxification, combats general weakness. It has been proved that Swarna Bhasma is bestowed with antidepressant, antioxidant, anti-cancerous, antibacterial, and anti-rheumatoid properties. It is also a potent nervine stimulant and has been practiced as Shresht Medhya Dravya or Shresht Brain Tonic. Utilizing the myriad qualities of gold, Swarna Bhasma has been widely used in medicinal preparations with significant therapeutic benefits, especially in cases of bronchial asthma, worm infestations, rheumatoid arthritis, anorexia, schizophrenia, diabetes mellitus, ophthalmic disorders, tuberculosis, stress, general debility, infertility, poisoning, muscular dystrophies, nervous system diseases, etc. And there's a beautiful shloka about gold in Bhagavad, which says, Na sajjate hem banke padmpatre ambuvat visham. This is a perfect Vishagna Dravya. And the simile has been given like the lotus leaves float water without being, although it's in contact with water, but the water does not influence or it does not reflect on the top of the lotus leaf. Same way, the wish might be there in the body, but in the presence of gold, in the presence of gold ions in the body, that wish does not affect the cells of the body. It is an inert metal, the non-reducible metal, and it has been proved that it has no calories, and it leaves the system unaltered. Animal model experiments have revealed that animals treated with Swarn Bhasm in long term showed a rise in superoxidase mutase and catalytic activity, two enzymes that reduce the free radical concentrations in the body. So there are a lot of researches, a lot of work has been done. I'll just give an inkling about few of them. Studies also reveal that Swarn has free radical scavenging activity, anti-stress and analgesic action. And Abraham McReynolds and Dill in 1998 explored the potential of colloidal gold as nervine tonic. They reported improved cognition and sense of well-being. On the Wechsler intelligence scale, there was an average increase of 20% in the IQ scores. Swarn Bhasm is reported to have an analgesic immunomodulation, immunostimulant, adaptogenic and glycogen sparing properties. Now, this is all from Google, which I found out. Traces of gold were isolated in human placenta, newborn liver at birth, and gold is also present in the hair of the newborn. Semen is reported to be the richest source of gold amongst all the biological fluids. When if we go back to the Shirok, we see that it is been mentioned that it is Vrishya. The Swarna Prashan has been mentioned Vrishya, maybe due to the presence of gold, and we all know semen has a content of gold. And it is not only semen, we have another school of thoughts which proves that there is Stri Shukra also. So Shukra is being nourished by the presence of gold, because there is a chapter of Charak Samhita, Sarvada Sarv Bhavanam Samanyam Vriddhi Karanam. And then there are pharmacological studies which showed significant effect of humoral antibody formation, triggering the response of immunological system by a rise in the total protein and serum IgG levels. Pharmacological specific and non-specific immune responses were seen, modified in a positive manner in Swarna Prashan treated mice. It also had a stimulatory effect on peritoneal macrophages, which might aid to fight against the infections. Research studies also show that these can bypass digestion, because they are in such the nanoparticles. The smaller the size of the particle, better is the absorption and better is the assimilation. So gold, when it is given by on the through the sublingual route, it bypasses digestion and it is directly absorbed into the bloodstream. Gold nanoparticles have been found to be absorbed in the small intestine, and nanoparticles less than 58 nanometer in size reach the target organs via the blood. Now, next component is Grith. We all know Grith is useful in potentiating all the three aspects of and the abilities of the brain functions. It is Uttam Pittagna, and this is the Vashishtha of Grith, and it does Dahashaman and Vat Pitt Prashman. Use of Grith improves appetite. We have seen in this in Grahini Rodha, where it has been mentioned that it is Visheshito Deepanam. It does deepen. Like it is in small quantities, has the deepan prabhav. Use of Grith improved appetite, physical endurance, vigor, eyesight, and overall quality of life. Swarn and Grith both are Medya, brain function boosters. Their regular use improves concentration levels, grasping, and the memory. Grith has a unique potential to acquire gunas or qualities of ingredients processed with it. That means it has the sanskaranuvartan quality. It crosses the blood-brain barrier. Grith has the capacity to incorporate active constituents of Medya Dravyas like Brahmi, Jatamansi, Vacha, Mandukparni, Yashti Madhu, Guduchi, etc. used in Swarna Prashan. We usually used Sadhit Grit instead of plain Grit to give additional benefits to the children. It has omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential for metabolism of the cerebral tissues. Also, ghee is vital for optimum myelination and maturation, and of course maintenance of the brain tissues. We have our acharyas have mentioned that Mastish is Grit Pidnasam. So we nourish the brain with the use of Grit. Now I'll just talk about one component, the Medya Dravya Brahmi. Brahmi has also shown improvement in cognitive abilities, accelerating the rate of learning and enhanced memory. It raises the immunity power by regulating the antibody production by augmenting both Th1 and Th2 cytokinin production. It alleviates stress, helps to minimize the release of stress hormones. It improves oxygenated blood supply to the brain. These are all research-based bullets I have chalked out. It prevents oxidative damage by imparting antioxidant activity, and Brahmi has a neuroregenerative activity also. So becomes very important, and it augments the effect of Swarna Prashan if we use Brahmi Grit instead of plain Go Grit. Then what is the significance of honey? Honey, we all know, is highly nutritive mixture of sugars and compounds. It has a collection of pollen grains which produce allergic reactions leading to the many diseases. But on the contrary, these small little allergens which are introduced into the system, they might also help to produce antibodies against these allergens. Culturally, Madhu is introduced in early years and it is periodically administered in low doses during childhood, especially in India. Gradually, resistance for allergens develop and eventually the child remains unaffected with the allergen for the lifetime. Madhu, we all know, is Yogvahi. It ensures rapid absorption and distribution throughout the body for ultimate utilization. Now, there's a specific time when this Varna Prashan should be done. It is done on the day of auspicious Pushya Nakshatra, which falls every 27th day. According to Jyotish Shastra, Pushya Nakshatra is the auspicious star of nourishment. It does the portion. Any medication given during this phase gets its effect augmented many folds. I had a word with one of the Jyotish Shastri, and he told that whatever you do on Pushya Nakshatra, it multiplies by 100 times. So even if you are giving miniature dose to the child of this Swarna Prashan, the effect is augmented multifold. Another school of thoughts recommends Savarna Prashan to be given daily in the morning, empty stomach before the sunrise. That is the Rasayan Kal. We usually, Poshan Aushadhi or the Rasayan Aushadhi in the Rasayan Kal, that is early morning. Preferably, the child should not be given anything half an hour before and after the dose of Swarna Prashan. Swarna Prashan is contraindicated during acute illness phase. Pushya, as I told, is said to have pushti, strengthening, and portion the nourishing effects. It is the most auspicious and is believed that all new ventures, not only Swarna Prashan, many new ventures initiated during this phase get succeeded positively. Pushya Nakshatra falling on Thursday is Guru Pushya Nakshatra, falling on Sunday is Surya Pushya Nakshatra. They are called Pushya Amrit Yog Muhurat. So if you come across any Thursday or Sunday which falls on this thing, Pushya Nakshatra, these are the Amrit Yogas. To start, we usually select these two yogas. Now, what should be the dose? There are many schools of thoughts which say, and I have taken this expert from the Journal of Ayurveda and Holistic Medicine. It has been recommended that 2 milligram per day can be given for 3 months, then 10 to 12 days a month for 6 to 12 cycles. There is another school of thought which I usually practice is 2.4 grams Swarna Bhasma in 250 ml of processed ghee, and this is given on Pushya Nakshatra, 2, 4 or 6 drops along with ghee and madhu in Asambhav. Then again there is another school of thoughts which says that grit and madhu, if given in some praman, they have the vish prabhav. And some of the experts opine that it should be given in some praman because slow doses of fish in the long run helps to generate better immunity. Although use of both metallic form of gold as nanoparticle size of less than 20 to 26 microns and standardized gold bhasm are in vogue, logically bhasm may be preferred to unprocessed gold. As I told you, Swarna Vacha is not, it is totally metallic gold, so it might, I don't say that it will always, but it might create problems. And there is another form also in which what people do is they heat the metal and they pinch it in the medicated decoction. औषधीय क्वाथ में उसको एकदम immerse कर देते हैं, then the gold becomes bhangur, it becomes very brittle and it disintegrates in powder form. Many doctors use that also, but for all practical reasons the bhasm which is prepared with raw incineration process is the best, because it is micronized gold, the particle size is reduced, it does not have any untoward side effect, and all these bhasm parikshan are done. We use gold bhasm from standardized company who have a very strong R&D and who have been successfully passed the litmus test of time, and they don't do any untoward side effects, they don't give any untoward side effects. I personally use Dabur gold only, that is very effective also, and not seen any untoward or incident or any side effect till date. Now the service study Swarna Prashan is effective to promote immunity, growth and development in children. If administered in proper dose, it does not have any adverse drug reaction. Owing to its promotive and preventive health benefits, it should be administered to maximum number of children. Swarna Prashan should not be administered in severely ill children, children with history of organ transplant or immune suppressive, or children who are on immunosuppressive therapies, and the ones with compromised state of liver and kidneys. But I'll share a very interesting research study on this point also after a few slides. The gold should be subjected to proper shodhan purification, as I mentioned before administration. Otherwise, there is likelihood of manifestations of complications and many diseases. It has been mentioned that intake of impure form of gold destroys happiness, potency, and strength, along with emergence of diseases. If we talk about autism, there have been studies conducted in autistic children. Autism is a genetic disorder, we all know, which manifests itself in the first 3 years of life. The cardinal features are hypofunctioning of the higher centers of the brain, wherein the child suffers various developmental levels. I would like to add on here, there is a special school there is a school for special children in Gurgaon, wherein the children have been recommended to use Swarna Prashan, and the parents and the teachers have found very encouraging result there. One of the parents used to come to me, but not they shifted to some other country and they are no longer coming. But they found that the Swarna Prashan really benefited the children over there. Swarna Prashan, the elixir of life, has the potential to activate the mental faculties and improve the cognitive skills. It is an ACE Medhya Rasayan which acts at the cellular level, and its integral component, GRIT, has the capability to cross the blood-brain barrier and reach the target tissues with much ease. Ghee processed with certain Medhya drugs is used. Apart from the herbal plethora, the key ingredient of Swarna Prashan gold bhasm, which is the reduced ash of metallic gold, has all the functions to strengthen the higher faculties of brain and improve the functioning. Regular periodic use of Swarna Prashan drops go a long way in handcuffing autism at its grassroots level and aid in improving the quality of life of these children so that they can develop as socially useful children. Gold bhasm has a catalytic action on the tissue metabolism and ensures optimum functioning of the brain. It's not only that Swarna Prashan would do all the good, we need to add on all other medications also, psychotherapy, behavior therapy, environmental modifications, counseling of the family. They all may be used as adjuvant, as supportive therapy to help to achieve the desired results. In addition to other therapies of Ayurveda, internal medication and external applications are also supplemented as per the individualistic need for the better outcome of the treatment. Now, I always feel that Swarnaprashan should be administered as a public health initiative. It has already been done in many states of India, that is Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Karnataka, Kerala, etc., with very encouraging outcomes. It has been strongly recommended by Indian Association of Ayurvedic Pediatrics. And before concluding my talk, I would like to mention two research projects. I'd like to talk about two research projects which have been very successfully conducted. Few years back, we all heard about the Swarnaprashan being administered to children afflicted with encephalitis in Shahjahanpur village in Gorakhpur district. This project was carried out collaborative with Sanjay Gandhi PGI Lucknow Center for Biomedical Research, KGMU, and Dr. Abhay Tiwari. This was an intervention study which had NMR-based serial metabolic approach, and there was screening of the liver and kidneys also in this. As I told you, it should not be administered because I saw this on the in different researches. It should not be administered in children with having liver and kidney compromised situations. But in this study, it was found that the serum creatinine, which was raised, that came down to that was reduced after administration of Swarnaprashan. Along with this, there was the neurotransmitter conversion from glutamate to glutamine that also accelerated. Gave us the confidence that it has the Mezde Prabhav. And there was this was a there was an what to say observational benefit, additional observational benefit. In PMS, there was relief in the physical and emotional symptoms of children. The acne, irritability, bloating, pain, tenderness, that all reduced. The deranged lipid profile among the children also got better. And as we said, Medhagni Balvardhanam. The lactate serves as a fuel for neurons. There was increase in the neurogenetics. The lactate was increased. There was overall decrease of footfall in the PHCs. So this was very encouraging. In the second study, and yes, there was eumelanin and phycomelanin increase. Eumelanin imparts black color to the skin, and the phycomelanin provides the red color to the skin. So when we say that Swarna Kanti is attained and there is improvement in the complexion, it was found in this NMR study that there was this holds true, and the litmus test which Swarnaprashan has passed through, it stands valid. In the second study, which was conducted by Professor Vikas Agarwal of SGPGI, this was a study of immunomodulatory effect of Swarnaprashan. The effect of Swarnaprashan was observed on PBMCs, that is peripheral blood mononuclear cells, which showed proliferation, and toxicity in malnourished children was very, very less. A maximum dose of 50 micromole was given, and there was no cell death recorded. That means there is no toxicity. And along with this, a minimum dose of 0.01 micromole was also administered to children, and still proliferation was observed. This indicates that Swarnaprashan is effective even in the minimalistic dose. And parallelly, there was assessment of the inflammatory markers, interferons, and total growth factors, which was all assessed, and there was found to be a increase. It was concluded that if the children in the age group of 12, 13, 14, if they are given Swarnaprashan regularly for 3 months, we might have good gain in the height, because height is one thing which is monitored genetically, and many parents they approach us to increase the height of the children. So in that age group, if we give Swarnaprashan and there is increase in the growth hormone, which was assessed in this study, there might be increase in the height also. And most of the children show improvement in the chronic liver disease also. And another beautiful observation which was seen in this study, they assessed children and they formed groups wherein one group was given only honey, only ghee, and only Swarnabhas. So the effect was not as good as it was observed when all three of them were given together. That means these three components have a synergistic effect, and individually nothing works better than the combined formulation. So thank you all for your patient hearing. That's all for today. I would just like to enchant Ayurveda Amritanam, Ayurveda Punyapradam. We should not wait for more researches to pour in. There are already enough, and research is an ongoing process. Science is a dynamic, entity, and Ayurveda is no less. It has all its dynamism intact. It is an alive science, and we should make it more lively by using it day in and day out. And I strongly recommend Swarna Prashan to be administered to maximum number of children to obtain maximum health benefits, to improve their immunity, and to sustain the test of times, just like these COVID times. And thank you once again, all of you. Thank you, Dabur, and thank you, Dr.
Thank you, ma'am.
Piyush, Team Indian Vedas, for this great
Thank you
opportunity.
for your
Thank you all.
valuable session today. First of all, I like to congratulate you. It was an excellent session on Swarn Prashan. We got more than 100 queries right now, and more than 300 doctors have attended this session today. So I would like to thank all the doctors, and apologies, I am having some bad network today, so I'm not able to connect through my laptop, and I'm just connecting through my mobile. Quickly, I would like to add one more aspect on this, and then maybe we will start taking the queries and question. There are so many queries are there, and I will definitely try to put all the queries to Dr. Preeti and Dr. Durga Prasad. I would like to add on that last year I started in my own clinic as far as Swarn Prashan is concerned. I know Dr. Preeti is doing from last so many years, but I have recently started last year, and I want to convey this that it will give a tremendous results in terms of footfall, in terms of getting results, like as ma'am mentioned about autism. So I have a few patients and I have few kids suffering from autism, and they are getting so good response. And in fact, one family have referred around 15 cases till now to my clinic due to that. And I also want to thank for the entire support provided by Dabur in arranging and doing all the marketing materials. So I quickly request all of you, we are recording this session, and you just put your like email ID or mobile number in the chat box. If you want to launch Swarn Prashan at your centers, they have an excellent team to support in terms of standy marketing materials. Swarn Bhasam, as mentioned by Dr. Preeti, I found also it's an excellent quality with an optimum price, adequately they have priced, so we can easily prepare the Swarn Prashan from that Swarn Bhasam, and it will be economical as well, with the excellent quality has been intact. So I request all of you to please launch this in your respective clinic centers. In Indian Vedas, our aim always to arrange any session to implement practically, not just to discuss their theory. And we will have a series of Swarn Prashan sessions and videos and all these CMEs for you. This is just start. There will be a campaign of Swarn Prashan, don't worry. And I request Dr.
One
Durga
more thing
Prasad,
I would
please.
like to add on.
Yes, ma'am.
I was just like to add on one thing. This has a lot of scope, lot of research, lot of things. I was just thinking during these COVID times, why don't we, it is not mentioned that it's only for children. Why don't we start it for adults also, especially the people above 60? It might have some optimum benefit. Even if not during the Pushya Nakshatra, we can do it at least for a month for all our oldies. We can always try on that. This is not going to do any harm. And I know I've visited the factory. I've learned. I've gone through the research papers. I've gone through the toxic studies which Dabur has conducted, in which we have found that there is no toxicity. There are not going to be any adverse effects. We have been using Swarna Bhasam in medicines for so long, and there also we have not found any adverse effects in most of the patients, even if we give them for more than 6 months. So then why not try this miniature dose of medication as Swarn Prashan to adult population also? I think it's going to also, and we can conduct small little trials at our own individual clinics in our own small little capacities, and then we can pull in our data. We can have a have this study mobilized through Dabur also, if the Dr. Durga Prasad ji accepts and agrees to it. We can have small formats in different clinics, and we can in the data and come up with a concrete evidence-based study to be projected to the ministry, to the people, to the entire world. Look what Swarna Prashan has done to our Indian community.
Dr. Durga Prasad, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here very much.
Sir, your concluding comments, and then we can start with the queries, please.
Comments.
In fact, there are no words to conclude Dr. Preeti's very encouraging lecture on Swarna Prashan. As you and Dr. Preeti told, we will be very much happy to support anyone who is doing traditional Ayurveda practice, or to support Ayurveda, whether in the form of Swarna Prashan or Panchakarma. Because what we believe is, I personally believe, is in Ayurveda we have some very good ammunition, very good weapons to give very positive health to the persons. Swarna Prashan, Panchakarma. So these are the Jalakacharana. Dr. Preeti is also doing some Jalakacharana also. So there are very good innovative ways of providing health through Ayurvedic processes, Ayurvedic Chikitsa. So we are very much on behalf of Dabur, I can assure you, all the doctors, we will be very much happy to assist you, support you of any kind of help, whichever we require to take the Ayurveda forward. Because what I believe is, if Ayurveda moves forward, we can be behind. So that is the only simple objective with which we are promoting Ayurveda. Thank you very much, Dr. Preeti, for your wonderful informative lecture. We'll be taking your help in future also for having very good such webinars. Dr. Piyush, now can be open for a question also.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, sir. So I would like to quickly start the questions. There are so many questions are there.
Dr. Piyush, I would like
Yes,
to
sir.
just add one more thing. What Dr. Preeti told. I also have a patient of some irregular behavior, hypertensive behavior of a children in Hyderabad. I belong to Hyderabad, Andhra. So there also, after autism also, there is one more patient. So for those 2 to 3 patients, I recommended a Swarna Prashan doctor in Hyderabad, where the doctor did the Swarna Prashana process to these children, and there was a lot of improvement in both this irritating behavior and in the autism also. In both cases, we got very good results in the children's behavior. So definitely we can promote this Swarna Prashan in all these cases of patients. Thank you.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
ADHD children, I also have come across who have the parents have been complaining the child goes to the school but doesn't sit, he disturbs all the classmates all around. There has always been complaint coming from the teachers, but now those children are very well settled, and with this ADHD is very effectively controlled.
So before I start the technical queries with Dr. Preeti, and I will try to convey all the questions. There is one single question to you, Dr. Durga Prasad, and then I will have technical queries discussion with Dr. Preeti for all the doctors. They are waiting for their questions to be answered. There is one common question. In fact, many doctors have raised this. And in fact, in my mind also, since I am using, so I am seeing the results, but technically, with due respect to other companies, the Swan Basam which we are getting from Dabur, how we can ensure that it is one of the premium quality, what measures as a company you are taking. And I have also got one question prior to the session that it is a it is done, Shodhan is done on Swan Basam or it is in the raw form, whether it is applicable or not. So in the manufacturing context, maybe you can just clarify, and after that we can take the technical and clinical queries with Dr. Preeti.
See one thing, for any product, there are 2 mandatory things which are required. One is the raw material standardization, and another is the process standardization. So if we take care of the raw material standardization and the process standardization, automatically product will be standardized. So that is a simple logic. So when it comes to the raw material standardization, for in Ayurveda, the Grahya Lakshana of Swarna is very much closer to the 24 karat gold, right? So in the market now, these days, we have multiple varieties of gold. 18 karat is also available, 22 karat is also available, 24 karat is also available. But the Grahya Lakshana of Swarna is very much closer to the 24 karat gold, which is, that means the purest form of gold, which doesn't have any adulteration. So if you take the 18 karat gold or 22 karat gold, it is mixed with iron and copper. So that is ornamental gold, which we call. So all the ornaments which we wear, they're all 22 karat golds or 18 karat gold. But the medical, these two gold, 22 karat and 18 karat gold, that doesn't have the medical properties, the desired medical properties. So what we assure here at the Dabur is we only take the 24 karat gold. Now, how I can say, how can I prove? We will be able to share with anyone who have raised the query. We can show you the atomic picture or the purchase record or the atomic picture, which shows that 24 karat gold will have almost 98% of the purity, 97 to 99 or 100%. 100% will be very difficult to get, but 97 to 99% of the purity will be get. If you can have your gold of 97 to 99% of purity, that means you can consider that there is a pure gold which I am using for the Swarna Bhasma, right? Second thing, what we are doing here is in Dabur, we are preparing Swarna Bhasma as per the Rastarangani process. There is no any another process which we are following. We are simply following the Rastarangani process, like Swarna Lavan. There is a process by which you can get the purity of the Swarna Bhasma and the good quality of the Swarna Bhasma. So we are getting that, and we are using the same thing in all our Swarna compounds. So that's the simple thing which we are making, and how we are making the process. Is it clear, Piyush?
Right, sir. Thank you so much for this input.
After this, once this is done, periodically we send the Bhasmas for the toxicology reports, safety and toxicology reports. There is a institute called Indian Institute of Toxicology in Pune, IIT Pune, Indian Institute of Toxicology. So most of our Bhasmas are studied there for the acute and chronic toxicity study. Once the batches are prepared there randomly, once it is safety, then only the batches will be going into the production batches of the commercial production. So that's the care which we are taking here. So that's how we say we are the safest, the products are very safety. That is the basis by which we can claim the safety.
Right, sir. Right. Thank you so much. And Dr. Preeti, now I will start the questions with you. Hope you are there, Dr.
Yes,
Preeti.
please.
So I will start now the questions one by one, start taking them. Just one more thing I want to add on here. We have seen as lockdown got released, many pediatricians have got parents getting like their kids vaccinated. I just want to convey my clinic's example. The last was on 30th as far as Swanprashan was concerned, and there was a huge rush to our clinic as well to do that Swanprashan. This is the power which we are seeing from last so many months now. So I request all of you that it is commercially also very viable model and it will give you a good success and good footfall. Please start as soon as possible. So the first question, Dr. Preeti, many doctors are asking, as we are getting ready-made Swanprashan kits also in the market, and now we, like as you have described in the presentation, that we can prepare in our clinics also. So what do you recommend and how to take it forward in terms of preparing in our clinics? Or and also many doctors are saying that if you can quickly brief and repeat the preparation process with the exact quantity of the ingredients, it will be helpful for them.
Okay, I will just go through this slide. Actually, there is no standardization till date. We have been waiting for the standardization, which was long time due from CCRS, and maybe in the next coming year or two, we might get a standardized Swanprashan with us. But almost all the Vaidyas who are using this Swanprashan have got very, very encouraging results. In whatever way you do, just start doing. There are Vaidyas who have been doing it for 10 to 12 days a month for 6 to 12 cycles, they have got wonderful results. I per se, what I do is I mix 2.4 grams of Swarnabhasm, maybe 2.5 grams of Swarnabhasm in 250 ml of processed ghee. That is usually Brahmi grit or Vachar grit which I use. And I do not mix grit and honey together. And whenever you Swarnabhasm, look, it's not going to get mixed with gold in any way. You cannot mix Swarnabhasm in gold. It stays there, and once the bottle is kept, it tends to settle down. Whenever you administer Swarnaprashan to your patient, just swirl it nicely. You have to swirl it very nicely so as to ensure maximum homogeneity in the grit. And this is most important so that one patient does not get the entire component of gold and the other patient does not get the entire component of grit. But grit has one beautiful, quality of sanskaranuvattam. If gold is kept in that grit, maybe the grit also gets sadhit in due course of time. I never mix grit and honey together. The honey is given separately because initially few kids are very, very apprehensive to take the drops. So grit is not palatable for most of them. Then when you administer honey, all the children are very happy with the sweet taste. It's administered immediately after the administration of grit, which has the Swarnabhasm. The only thing is that you have to swirl very nicely. As I told you, there was a study in which 50 micrograms of Swarnabhasm was given. It didn't produce any toxicity. 0.01% of Swarnabhasm also didn't give any, less result. So even in the minimalistic dose, it's going to help your patients in whatever way you do. And there is
Right,
also
right, ma'am.
a study which shows that a dose of Swarnabhasm up to the range of 0.7 milligram per kg per day is also safe. We are not going to give a loading dose. A minimalistic dose is good enough just to boost the immunity, just to boost the system. It actually has a catalytic effect.
Right, ma'am. And some questions are coming up as far as like if the kid is suffering from any disease or any health issues. So shall we proceed with the sonprashan at that time, or we should avoid that?
Look, it is usually said that in acute fevers it should not be given. I perceive it might have been mentioned because their agni is uphat. ज्वर में अग्नि उपहत होती है तो उस समय हमें अगर स्वर्ण प्राशन देते हैं तो उसका प्रॉब्लम उतना प्रॉक्सिमल उतना नहीं आता.
Piyush, voice is echoing.
Pardon?
Your voice is echoing.
Okay, is it better now?
Yeah, much better. Yeah.
Okay, so I was just trying to opine that if you give in acute illnesses, say if the child is Jwarakrant, where Agni is upad, maybe the assimilation of Swarn Prashan is not optimum. That might have been the reason that it's forbidden to take during acute illnesses. But mild illness, if it is there, we can definitely administer Swarn Prashan. There is no such contraindication.
Right, ma'am. And some people are also
The
asking
more
that.
you do, the more you practice. Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, some doctors are asking that as far as again, like how we should pack this, how we should like at the time of dosage. Like some doctors are confused that some as we have seen, some doctors are practicing like they are giving it as a drops, or some is like just as a prash, or it's like a paste. They are just trying to lick, like the kid can lick that paste, or some are like doing like the drops. So what kind of model and what
Both
kind
ways,
of method you prefer?
both ways it's good. As far as the hygiene goes, I think dropper method is the best because we can easily maintain the hygiene. If it is used as a prash in a spoon, it will be a little difficult. But many doctors I've seen, they are practicing, they're giving Swarna Prashan. All they recommend the parents to buy some silver spoon or spoon of a copper this thing metal. They are investing in that spoon also. But I personally feel dropper method is the best for all practical purposes and it's more hygienic.
Right, ma'am. Thank you. Dr. Durga Prasad, one question is coming from several doctors. With due respect, I don't want to quote any like organization here, but many doctors are putting this up and they are confused that we are getting ready to do Swanpassion kits in market with many leading organizations doing that now. But Dabur has not done till date. And what is the mindset and what is the intention behind that? If you can clarify, and again, then we can take the technical queries with Dr. Preeti and clinical queries with her. Dr. Durga Prasad, are you there? I think meanwhile, Dr. Durga Prasad join us again. Dr. Preeti, another question is coming up from several doctors as far as starting of the Swanpashan is concerned. So at which maybe you have mentioned earlier, so you can again clarify at which age we can start and up to which age we can take it forward.
I told you, as I described in detail also, it can be used as a pre-lacteal. Even before the mother's feed is initiated, it can be given, it should be given before that also. And we have seen in cultural practices, as soon as the child is born, we use a gold ring with the honey to, create some, it's given to the child even before the mother's feed. So as it should be started as early as possible. Immediately after birth also you can give. That will have more benefit. And it has been mentioned in our Samhitas that it can be given for 2 to 3 times a day, even before the lactation mother feed is initiated. And it should be given up to 16 years of age, when there is 90% development of the intellect. It has been scientifically proved that 90% of the intellectual component of your brain develops till 16 years. After that, only your experiences keep on adding, and they improvise upon your intellectual component.
Right, ma'am. Dr. Durga Prasad, are you there?
Yeah.
So, sir, actually, we were having this question. Many doctors are asking that, with due respect to all the leading brands, many companies have launched this kits of Swanpashan, but Dabur is not yet have launched. So, what is the mindset and intention behind that? And they are confused, as Dr. Preeti already clarified. But from the company perspective, we need to have some more insight from you on that aspect.
Well, good question. In fact, when the concept of Swarnaprashan is coming up all across, we also did many experiments, not one or two. We did many experiments in our R&D. See, the problem is Swarnabhasma is not soluble in any of the solvents. So Swarnabhasma, because in Swarnaprashan, as Dr. Preeti said, or the textbook said, Swarnaprashan, we have Swarnabhasma, Madhu, and Ghrita. So Swarnabhasma is not soluble either in Madhu or in Ghrita, right? So if you mix it previously in the if you have a premix, what happens is Swarnabhasma, because of this weight, it sediments at the bottom of the Madhu and Ghrita. So superficially you'll have Madhu and Ghrita, and at the bottom you have the entire Swarnabhasma. So if you are administering the Swarnaprashan in that premix, you will be having a dose variations, and certain children will be having a higher dose of Swarnaplasma, which could become very different, which could be very difficult to manage. That's the reason we are not giving premix Swarnaprashan. We are giving all these three differently. We give Madhu, we give Ghrita, we give Swarnaplasma. We are requesting the doctors to mix on their own and give it to administer the children at the time of administration, because you can't have the premix in the Swarnaprashan box, because Swarnaplasma sediments at the bottom of the vessel, and that will have a dose variations which will be very difficult to manage in the small children. It will be very dangerous for those small children having the very high dose of Swarnaplasma in few children. That's the reason why we are not giving. I also don't encourage even any company. I don't know, I haven't seen any company, but I don't encourage other practitioners to fall to those ready-made Swarnaprashan drops, because Swarnaplasma is not soluble in Madhu and Ghrita. You all know that very much. So it has to be done by our Vaidyas only, as per the dose what Dr. Preeti is recommending to you all. Thank you.
Right, sir. Thank you so much. Dr. Preeti, several doctors are asking as far as this dose calculation, I think you have already clarified. But many doctors are asking, should we calculate as per the age, weight, and those criterias of each kid? Like if some kid is from like 6 months, 1 year age group, then there are 5 years or 10 years of age. So it is like age related, weight related, or what exactly the dose calculation or formulation can be
It
there
is
in clinical?
it is usually that below 2 years it is 2 drops. From 2 to 8 years it can be 4 drops, and 8 years to 16 years it can be 6 drops. 0 to 2, 2 to 8, and 8 to 16.
And also, Dr. Preeti, there are some questions regarding comparison of Kumar Kalyan Ras with Swarnprashan, and then some doctors were also specifying that can we use, I don't know why they have asked, maybe you can have a better idea. They have asked about Makar Dhwaj or any other component with like in place of Swarnbasam and all. So
No,
can some clarifications you can share on these aspects?
this is all what is written and mentioned in the Samhitas we are practicing. I just know one thing, that our Guru is the Samhita. We have to follow what has been mentioned in our text. We should not be experimenting. If you want to experiment and have a research on this, you can have your own research protocol and go forward with it. Of course, in collaboration with some learned, Kumarbrita specialist. I don't personally recommend Kumar Kalyan Ras or Makar Dhwaj for small little children. Swarn Bhasm individually is the best. You have seen culturally people boil Swarn in Dugdh and they give Swarna Siddh Jal, or you have seen, small little children wearing gold ornaments. This is very, very important actually. It has Varne Prabhav, it has so many other Prabhav. Have you ever observed the goldsmiths who
Right, ma'am.
handle gold day in and day out
Right, ma'am.
regularly? Have you observed what type of complexion they have? आपको दूर से ही
Right,
समझ में आएगा कि this is a goldsmith. It has a
right.
reason behind, because Swarn is absorbed from the skin also. Had it been with Kumar Kalyan Ras, उनकी फलश्रुति में होता ना, कुमार कल्याण रस फलश्रुति में mention करते कि this combination can also be used as Swarna Prashan. If the acharyas have not mentioned it, there might have been some reason behind it.
Right, ma'am. Right.
Swarna
Also,
Prashan,
yeah.
it is a nutritional supplement. It is a wellness concept. Kumar Kalyan Ras and other Makar Dhwaj and all,
Right.
they are
They are
focusing more
therapeutic.
on
Right.
the illness aspect.
Absolutely.
They are therapeutic.
Absolutely.
This is preventive and
Right.
promotive.
Right. I also request all the doctors. We are recording this session, so please, you can see this on YouTube, our channel, and we will share the link with all of you. So we can avoid the questions of repeating any particular aspect here. So please, we can avoid that. And again, I would like to thank Dr. Preeti and Dr. Durga Prasad. Dr. Durga Prasad, there is one more question coming up with many doctors. And Dr. Preeti, quickly, there are 2-3 more clinical questions, and then we can conclude the session. First, let me ask Dr. Durga Prasad, as many doctors are there, and maybe we are just also getting on time. How like Dabur can support in terms of launching Swarnprashan campaigns or camps at our like respective clinics? So they need some more clarification, and so that accordingly, then we can connect them to your team and they can help. But in brief, if you can clarify that how Dabur can support them in terms of starting this Swarnprashan in their respective centers and clinics.
So they can all contact, hello, Dr. Piyush.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they can all contact Dabur through you, Indian Vaidyas Forum. So we will be very happy to support all these doctors to get the Swarnaprashan camps. So we will do the pre-camp campaign marketing so that the near vicinity people, the surrounding area people will be able to understand and come to the clinics for the Swarnaprashan camp before the Pushya Nakshatra day. Number one. Number two, we can put all the local collaterals, the posters, the banners, and the standees at their clinics, which will be giving us so much awareness about the Swarnaprashan and their benefits to the people. Number two. Number three, for the first to 10 to 15 patients, we can provide them the required quantity of the Swarnabhasma or the Madhu or Vrita, which they can try on their patients, get the confidence from Dr. Preeti or Dr. You or from you who are already doing the practice We can only support the medicine because, as I told you, I'm not a practicing, so I don't know how to do this. But Dr. Preeti has a very vast experience. You are also doing a very good, so they can get a guidance from you. We can support for the first 8 to 10 patients how to get the how to do the sonopration, so that they can get the very good confidence on that, and then they can continue. So this support we can do definitely.
Sir, Dr. Durga Prasad, Dr. Rajesh Chhabra wants to put up a question. He has a query. Can we approach schools together? Dabur can launch a campaign to reach up to schools in some way or
Definitely, ma'am.
other to get
Definitely.
Swarna Prashan, especially,
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely. Definitely. Without doubt. No, definitely. Once the schools resumes, maybe in August or maybe later September, once the school reopens, we can definitely approach the schools and get the immunization, this Swarnaprashan program done.
we have schools. There are many societies which cater 10 to 15 schools, so we can have these school societies on board. We can approach them because this is a grassroots level immunization and it becomes very relevant in COVID times. I don't think any parent would hesitate to put in 200 rupees per month, and if included in the fee structure, and that dose is administered in school only, because still parents usually working, both parents, they won't have enough of time to take their children to the doctors in that particular area. So if this can be done at the school level and Dabur takes the initiative, it can go a long way in contributing to the health of the society, maintaining and improvising upon health of the society.
Yeah, madam. Very good idea, madam. Very good idea. We will definitely take it forward. Definitely.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
So
Anything,
Dr. Preeti,
anything to promote Ayurveda, we are there, ma'am. Anything, any work, because
excellent.
you are doing so much good work for Ayurveda. We are with you to do any good work for
Thank
Ayurveda.
you. Thank you so very much.
Excellent idea, I think. And Dr. Preeti, there are a couple of more questions and then we can conclude. Prior to that, some doctors are asking, let me give some input that they are asking how much they can charge. So right now in our clinic, we are charging 100 rupees per kid as far as a single dose on Pushyak Nakshatra is concerned. Many parents and many families are requesting and taking, like as Dr. Durga Prasad and Dr. Preeti recommended, it is not advisable, but still at clinic level we have to do this, and we are giving them and we are asking them to mix it properly and homogeneously, and then administer to their kid. So we are preparing some small bottles also and giving to them in 500 rupees, and they are giving on regular basis as well. So Dr. Preeti, on this context, the same context, many doctors are asking how to decide that a kid needs a monthly dose, or we need to do a daily dosing for some kids for some time. How to decide on that?
Okay, that depends on the severity and how early you want the relief, and what is the, because and pricing also I would like to comment upon. It should be pocket friendly. The parents should not feel that the particular vaccine that's just a one time go. There are many fancy vaccines which are not even in the WHO schedule, and people are coming, parents are approaching the doctors to get their children vaccinated. So that's a one time hole in the pocket. But this pricing should be very pocket friendly on the components of the parents pocket, and we charge we can charge anywhere between 100 to 200 rupees. I don't think it should be beyond that. There are many Vaidyas down south in Maharashtra and in southern India who are charging even up to 500 per dose, because they say ki medicine, cheap medicine is no good medicine. It's not like that. You should always propagate from your respective clinics that it is just a charity, it's a social work in the best interest of healthy nation building concept, and we should be charging not more than in between, anywhere between 100 and 200, not beyond that,
Right, Dr. Preeti. I
per
think
dose.
the questions are pouring in, and we are unable to address all. And as I have we have mentioned that this is the first session, and this is just a start. Don't worry, we will have many more sessions on Swan Prashan, and we will definitely ensure that all your queries will be answered. We will convey some queries to Dr. Preeti as well, so that maybe we can get her inputs after this session. But we have a limitation of time. I again thank Dr. Preeti Chabda and Dr. Durga Prasad for joining us in the today's session. We got a very good response. More than 350 doctors were there at a time for attending this session, and we will definitely uploading this on our YouTube channel, that is Indian Vaidyas. Many doctors were asking the name. We have all your email IDs. We will definitely keep on posting you, and we will request Dr. Durga Prasad and Dr. Preeti Chabda to come together and have a series and a campaign, and we will pull in some more doctors. Maybe next time Dr. Preeti can suggest, and we can have a panel also in which we can get some inputs from other
Sure.
doctors who are doing Swanprashan. So we will do a again an event along with Swanprashan, because I understand that today we are not able to address all the queries, and there are so many things which we need to discuss and take it forward. So we can maybe plan a big session of couple of hours with the complete panel, and the entire dedication and focus will be on Swanprashan, so that all the doctors will get more exposure and knowledge, and all of you are like will be ably supported by our team. Dr. Preeti is our pattern as well, along with Dr. Rajesh, and Dr. Durga Prasad, and the entire team of Dabur is also there. I would like to conclude this session today on a note, as Dr. Preeti said about charity. But in Indian Vaidyas, we always focus on the increasing marketing revenues of your clinic. So along with charity, it is a excellent tool. We have seen from last 6 months, many families are like they have entered in our clinic just to get the Swanprashan, but after that they are coming with the entire health problems for their kids and for themselves also. So it's an excellent marketing tool as well for all of you, that due to Swanprashan they can enter to your clinic, and after that they can then get involved in Ayurveda in any health aspects they need. So on those remarks, I want to again thank all the doctors for participating in the today's session. Thank you, Dr. Preeti. Thank you, Dr. Durga Prasad, for your valuable time. Thank you
Thank you
so
very
much.
much.
Thank
Thanks for the
you. Thank you
opportunity.
all. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you. Good night. Bye.